Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, we're going to see what the hell your deal is, man. We're going to see what the mask is that you wear. Mostly kind of sort of how people perceive you. It may be completely correct or maybe a little bit incorrect. So we're going to do Wild Unknown. I've got the Wild Unknown Oracle, Tarot. Whoa, this is like magic and the devil. Magic against the devil. And then we have the pockets. Depressing. And then we have the pocket-sized edition of the Wild Unknown Tarot. So, Leo, let's get started. We're going to look at first who you really are. We're going to see what the mask is that you hide behind, why you hide your true self, how this affects your relationships, advice for you and outcome, possibly, should you follow the advice. All right, Leo, here it goes. Who you really are. Ooh, the Firefly. You were navigating. The first thing that comes out is like something dark here that you haven't walked through before. So you're experiencing or you're navigating through something that's dark, but it's like it's like a new type of darkness. Isn't that funny? Because you had the devil at the bottom of the deck after the pre-shuffle. But I feel like you have magic, like you have enough magic here to show up in this, whatever this is. The mask you're hiding behind. The bear. Now the bear to me is kind of like, it's a very solid, stable, even kind of like you could associate a hibernating energy, like it's that. So there could be like people perceive you as kind of withdrawn, but being very stable, dependable, grounded, kind of leading yourself very smoothly and coolly here. But honestly, like there's kind of like something going on, or because the initial message that came in with this, like something new, like some sort of a new darkness that you're going through, because the Firefly is just learning how to light themselves up within that, right? Okay, so why you hide your true self? The buffalo. Either like, it could be like with the Firefly, with this darkness, some sort of a new darkness. Either you are going through maybe like a type of a tower moment, or you're going to be creating a tower moment moving forward. And this is almost kind of like the element of surprise in some way. It does feel like a bit like the element of surprise, because people kind of see you as very stable, but this buffalo is not. It's the rumblings of some sort of major change. How this affects your relationships. Ooh, the phoenix, rebirth. Wow, that's pretty interesting. It affects your relationships in a really big way. It kind of brings, I feel like a rebirth in relationships. It's a rebirth of you, but curious, right? Like this little Firefly energy, like in some sort of darkness. I can't help but think that maybe you've been kind of withdrawn, like maybe withdrawn, not very present in some relationships within your life. And it might be like a big outing for you. Like all of a sudden, here's Leo's out, and like, oh, look who came by. We haven't seen you in a long time. Advice for you. Whoa, okay. The rabbit. Hopefully optimistic. This is like, be hopeful about what is on the horizon here. And maybe you're not, like who you really are. Maybe you're thinking like, oh gosh. You could be worst case scenario thinking right now. I don't know, but it just has this feeling like something you haven't done before, something that you haven't experienced before, and it could feel a little bit overwhelming, like it could be closing in on you a bit, but you are managing to kind of keep above it. So be hopefully optimistic here. Outcome if you follow the advice. Ooh, the Nightingale. You will be heard. This is it could be the energy of with the Nightingale, also with this card, is, oh, yeah, that's true. Almost like a guide interrupted my thought. Like, just think about, you know, working to keep this darkness at bay, where it's almost like the words that the hummingbird speaks does that. So I think the outcome, if you follow the advice, is there might be some opportunity to say something or to speak about something, to be heard. And that in itself is like the light. It shines the light on something here. Oh, the other thing that was coming in with this too, for some of you, maybe not all of you, but like a bit of a persecution or wrongfully understood, I'm hearing. And this is almost like writing that, like it clears the air, it removes any darkness, it removes any mystery, it removes any overthinking. The elephant and the fox and the lamb and the cobra, that's too much. I'm going to just go in with the elephant. And it's really key because it is walking through the darkness. Now, the way you're showing up, like who you are, but then kind of how people more perceive you to be, is it's fairly close. It is air energy, but you know, it is a firefly. So there is kind of the element of light, flame, passion, glow, desire, all these forces that can kind of like cause us to move forward and live life. But the groundedness, right, that is showing up here mostly for people. But to me, the elephant is such a unique card because the elephant to me is so heavy. You would think it would come up as like an earth energy, right? Like really stable. They don't jump. They're stuck to the ground. But yet it is fire. So the stability that people see that you have, I don't feel like it's not really there. I feel like it totally is. But there maybe it's almost like they don't see what's going on in the inside. What's going on in the inside. And there is, like, you're lighting a flame forward here. You're taking like steps through some sort of darkness. Wow, the devil and the 8 of swords. Holy shit, what's that? Justice and the 8 of swords. Well, that's nice. Justice and the star. Look, it's getting better and better, isn't it? Getting better and better, Leo. All right, let's pull some tarot out on these cards. The Firefly, the 4 of Wands. This is who you really are. There's 2 parts to this message that comes in. The first part that comes in with this message is that there's some sort of either union or something that in the past would have been like a celebration. Like people would have come together, you would have been there on this. It would have felt really, really good. Like, but it almost like it changed, it morphed, it transformed into something that you find yourself in that is kind of a darkness. And it is an unusual, it feels unusual to be here because it's almost like your first time sitting in that, like, whoa, what is this? It's not like the hummingbird where it's, you know, it's instinctive to keep this darkness at bay. This is a darkness that at times can kind of envelop you as the firefly's light goes in and out, right? The other thing I'm getting is that you are still coming out of some sort of darkness, but also because the firefly is moving towards this card, you are moving towards like better days for you. Days that feel like celebration, days where you can come into union with people and it feels really, really good. Like this is interesting, right? That you have this affectionate relationship. You have the Phoenix. So there's something going on. How? I don't know, because I'm not actually seeing a lot of movement here. But maybe once we see the bear and the buffalo, because this is almost like rejoicing again with people, coming together with people. The bear, the mask you're hiding behind. The Daughter of Wands. The Page of Wands. Now, this is just coming out with like someone who always has the right answer. Someone who has the right answer. Someone who, almost like a fatherly or motherly figure in a home, maybe, you know, it's just, or you're always the stable person. Like people can come to you with good advice. People can come to you for good advice. Maybe they do come to you with good advice as well. The other thing that comes through with this, I'm going to say it, is that this is almost like someone who appears on the outside to other people to, like I said, be really, really stable. You got most things figured out here. It's kind of a very King or Queen of Pentacles that's coming through with it right now. Everything is balanced in your life. It's going pretty good. Everything is really stable. And again, it's like you communicate easily, and I feel like people can find answers for you, but it's almost like actually, well, if people actually knew what was going on in the background for you, it's not like how they perceive it to be. You're working through something here that's very difficult, but people come to you, I feel like, maybe they actually do. Maybe they come to you for advice, but I feel like people at least perceive you as someone who all your difficulties are behind you. This is like, and you've learned so much, like you have so much to offer here, to give. You're like the rock, the solid, the broad shoulders. So why you hide your true self? Buffalo, 3 of Pentacles. It's almost like you're about to work on some sort of a project, and it's going to be shocking. People will be quite surprised about this. You might be about to collaborate with people that others would not expect. Or you're planning to do this. You're planning to do something collaborative that feels like it's outside of the norm for how people would like view you. How this affects your relationship. Oh, look at the Phoenix and the Hermit. It is. Look at you. She's coming out of something. Being seen. Connecting with people in ways that you haven't in quite some time now. That's really self-explanatory. I don't know what else to say about that. If you've been in a hermit mode, you're about to soar. You're about to really come out here. Advice for you. The rabbit. What is it? Expectantly optimistic? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, really, actually here. This is almost like your truth. So move forward with your truth. There's something here that you're navigating that feels a little bit uncomfortable because it's a little bit unfamiliar. And if you've watched any of the other readings this week, like people have had like, they're actually the hummingbird, but people are seeing them as the firefly, like they're managing more than what people perceive them to be managing. And like, those people, those energies, they can go right back, because when we go into different circumstances, and you had the devil with the 8 of Swords, right? That could not get more difficult than that. And I feel like you already, in some capacity here, have very broad shoulders and a lot of experience. But see, that's why people kind of perceive that of you. So you are navigating something that is very unfamiliar to you. The thing is, though, I feel like you're about to make some sort of dramatic change in terms of who you spend your time with, maybe people that you haven't seen in quite some time. And you might have some new truths to express here. Be hopefully optimistic about how this is perceived as well. Because the Nightingale, outcome, if you follow the advice, the Nightingale is definitely heard. Oh, the 4 of Cups. There's something here that, I don't know, maybe you're going to voice something that it is that you've been going through. But honestly, it feels like, because all this light is starting to shine down, like the light is being projected by the words that the Nightingale says. And it starts to change almost like an atmosphere of feeling, the darkness. The darkness. Okay, there's something to do about speaking. The vibrational frequency of perhaps the words or just you speaking out about something in your life that feels like it might have been a missed opportunity. Maybe you're actually going to pursue things that you feel like, you know, I missed out on that. I should have done that when I was younger. I should have connected with that person or those people a little bit better. I see you here like really speaking out about this. Oh my God, there's the Eight of Swords at the bottom. And the Magician. Look at this. You have the Eight of Swords, the Magician, and the Devil's in the reverse. Oh Lord, there is like some seriously manipulative energy here, but I feel like you're starting to manifest out of it and beyond it. Wow. Listen, actually, I want to do the clarifiers here with you. Who you really are, Leo. Firefly and the Four of Wands. The Moon, the Father of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Okay, I feel like whatever this is that you're kind of going through, it has something to do with self-leadership, but it's being a leader in a way that you haven't necessarily stepped into. This is a very, like a unique situation for you to come out as a leader, and there are some fears here, perhaps, about how you do this. And the Three of Cups, it feels a little bit like it could be connected to this Phoenix and the Hermit. Maybe you're thinking about taking the initiative in a particular direction or dynamic in your life. And this it just feels a little bit different and a little bit unfamiliar. But I do feel like you are starting to see the light here. Starting to see the light. Starting to feel some sort of, no better way to say it than light at the end of the tunnel. The mask you're hiding behind, the Bear and the Daughter of Wands. The Page of Wands. The Bear, the Daughter of Wands. The Hanged Man and the Fool, right? It looks like you're not, it looks like you're holding yourself back. So it looks like you're holding yourself back here. Or almost even like some people might perceive it to be stuck in a perpetual like analyzation of some sort of situation around you, or maybe analyzing like the world around you. There's not quite, I'm kind of getting the feeling that you've probably been held back for a while here in some regards. And if anyone was to ask someone, why do you think, you know, Leo's feeling kind of like held back? And it's almost like people would say, well, I almost feel like they were looking within themselves, but now they're just like really almost waiting for the perfect time to do something, but that's never really there. But I honestly feel like there's a lot more that goes on internally than that, though. Like, you know, if we're just observing people, we don't know everything that's going on. And it's almost like you have a new beginning here. But you watch it, you hold back from it. And you can have an opportunity, right? Like, yeah, it could be like an example as a small kid. Jump off the dock into the water. You know how to swim, it'll be great. No, I don't want to do it. It's like, take that leap of faith, right? But from the observer, from like an adult or someone who's older or anybody, it's just like, it's okay, jump off. I'm right here, you'll be okay. But that's what it feels like that other people are kind of perceiving. But if you internalize like all these thoughts that could be going through this child's head, no, what if there's something under the water that I get stuck on, or I hit, or it's gooky, or there's a fish, or what if I go into the water and I can't get up in time, or what if it's just scary, or what if it's super cold? I mean, there's a lot that goes on when we are hangmanning. Why you hide your true self? This is intriguing. The Buffalo, which is like a tower moment in the Three of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands and the Four of Cups. Wow. Okay. I don't know. It's interesting. It's almost like you've got all these crescent moons all in the same. Wow. You're playing like with you're working, I won't say playing, you're working really well with your intuition as you are going through something here. Your cycles are in alignment. This is in alignment. Look at that. Even this one, of course it would be. It's the same card, but a different size. Your cycles are in alignment. You're in alignment with some sort of a path here. You've made a choice. You've made a choice to do something difficult. That's what I see here now. You've actually made a choice to do something difficult. That takes a lot of kahunas. Yeah. So, how does this affect your relationships? Phoenix and the Hermit. This Devil has been the theme in your reading, but look, the Devil and the Nine of Cups. You are turning what could possibly be the most toxic either situations or scenarios, which I feel like also transform into toxic thoughts and ideas that can run through our heads, into emotional sovereignty here. Like being the one really in charge with your emotions, your happiness, and making it your dreams. Like using something difficult to make it become a dream. It could be a way that you've held yourself back in the past and you're addressing that. I feel like you have made an active choice to do something difficult here for yourself. You know, a lot of people could go through life and not even try to attempt whatever this, you know, could be for you. But, right, like I'm going to go into this dark area here that I've never explored because I need to do this. Where you could probably just bypass it and live on the surface and not address it in this lifetime, but you are. So advice for you. I don't know, I just keep hearing, hopefully, there we go. Hopefully, and it's funny because it wants to come out hopelessly optimistic. So maybe there's a little bit of both going on there. The Ace of Swords, advice for you, the Rabbit and the Ace of Swords. Oh God, the Nine of Swords. What did I say? It's almost like hopelessly or hopefully. Hopelessly or hopefully. But you are teetering because you're sitting with some really difficult energies here that you've made a choice to address and to go into. And it's almost like once you go into them, there's no getting out. Especially with like the Devil. You have to work through this, and you are. So the advice for you is to try to look at things clearly, very factually. Look at the facts of whatever it is that you're working through for yourself, and these facts are exactly what are going to bring you to some sort of light here, to be heard. Nightingale, outcome. Nightingale and the Four of Cups. The King of Cups and the Ten of Wands. These could be emotions that you just have not expressed in a long time. But isn't that funny? It's almost like when you get clear about something in your head, you can be very, very well understood emotionally with things that haven't been understood or haven't been on the surface, or things that feel like they've been like something heavy that you've had to carry on your own here. The Seven, it's got the same crescent moon in the same direction. I wonder what that means. That waxing or waning. But it's all the same here in these cards for you. The Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords. Yeah, there is a challenge here to see through illusions. There definitely is a challenge to see through illusions. Your intuition. Use your intuition to navigate yourself here, navigate your choices, and hopefully optimistic. It's so hard for me to say, and it has never been. It's really odd. So hopefully optimistic, not hopelessly optimistic. Thank you, Leo. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to look at how to improve relationships, what your deeper self would tell you about the mask that you wear, and how to release your true potential. Thank you so much, pussycats. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.